If you've been gardening for any amount of time, you've probably heard endless praise about compost. It's called black gold for good reason. Compost is packed with nutrients, improves soil structure, and fuels plant growth. But there's another secret ingredient that often gets overlooked: leaf mold. While compost feeds your plants, leaf mold feeds your soil. When you use both together, they create a powerhouse combination that transforms an ordinary garden into something truly spectacular. So what exactly is leaf mold, and why should you care? Leaf mold is the result of leaves decomposing slowly over time, not through the hot, fast, bacterial-driven process that makes compost, but through the cool, slow work of fungi. When you gather autumn leaves, pile them up and let them sit. After a year or two, you'll be left with a dark, crumbly, sweet-smelling material that looks a lot like compost but acts very differently in your soil. The main difference comes down to what each material brings to the garden. Compost is nutrient-rich. It contains nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and trace minerals that plants need to grow. Think of compost as the fertilizer side of the equation. Leaf mold, on the other hand, doesn't carry as many nutrients. Instead, it's all about improving soil texture and microbial life. Leaf mold works like a sponge, holding onto moisture and air while creating the perfect environment for worms, fungi, and beneficial microbes to thrive. These organisms, in turn, break down organic matter and make nutrients available to your plants. By itself, compost can sometimes fall short. Heavy doses of compost add nutrients, but if your soil is sandy, those nutrients can leach away quickly. If your soil is clay-heavy, compost helps break it up, but may not hold moisture long enough during dry spells. That's where leaf mold steps in. Because it can hold several times its weight in water, leaf mold acts like a reservoir, reducing the need for constant watering. It also loosens clay soils and adds structure to sandy ones, making them more balanced and resilient. Together, compost and leaf mold complement each other perfectly. Compost feeds your plants today, while leaf mold builds the soil ecosystem that will feed your plants for years to come. If compost is the fast-acting energy drink, then leaf mold is the long-term, steady foundation. Gardeners who combine them often notice richer soil, fewer pest problems, and stronger, more disease-resistant plants. Using both materials in your garden is really quite simple. Start with a layer of compost around your plants, about an inch or two worked into the topsoil. This provides nutrients directly where roots can access them. Then, on top of that, add a layer of leaf mold as mulch. This not only conserves moisture and suppresses weeds, but also slowly breaks down, releasing organic matter and attracting worms. Over time, the mulch layer works its way into the soil, improving its structure and resilience. Now, if you're building new beds, an even better approach is to mix compost and leaf mold together. A 50-50 blend creates a soil amendment that's nutrient-rich, moisture-holding, and biologically active. Spread this mixture over your planting area and lightly fork it in. You'll notice the soil becomes looser, darker, and much more crumbly, the true mark of living soil. One of the best things about leaf mold is just how cheap and easy it is to make. While composting requires balancing greens and browns and turning the pile regularly, leaf mold is, honestly, pretty effortless. Just gather up those fallen leaves, pile them up, and keep them, slightly damp. If you want to speed things along, you can shred the leaves with a mower before piling them. In as little as 12 months, you'll have beautiful leaf mold ready to use. Even if you don't wait that long, semi-decomposed leaves can still be used as mulch around fruit trees and shrubs. Compost, of course, does require a bit more active management, but it really pays off quickly. By combining kitchen scraps, garden waste, and even a little manure, you can create a nutrient-rich amendment in just a few months. When you place compost alongside leaf mold, you're not just gardening, you're actually mimicking the way nature works. In forests, fallen leaves create a layer of humus that holds water and feeds soil life. At the same time, animal droppings and decaying plants provide nutrients. Together, they create an ecosystem where plants thrive without any intervention. That's exactly what happens when you use compost and leaf mold in your own backyard. You're building an environment where soil life really flourishes, nutrients cycle naturally, and plants grow stronger with less effort from you. The result is a garden that's more self-sustaining, more resilient to drought, and honestly, more resistant to pests and diseases. So if you've only been using compost, now is the perfect time to bring leaf mold into the picture. Collect leaves this autumn, start a pile, and just let nature do the work. When combined with compost, leaf mold will give you healthier soil, happier plants, and honestly, harvests you never thought possible. The secret to your best garden ever isn't choosing between compost and leaf mold. It's using both, side by side, just the way nature intended.